Tom is in hiding and Christina P is back up and on the road. She's in Europe, she's here, she's there, she's being public. And this is by no coincidence. This is strictly because they both are reading the room right now. And let me go ahead and say this before I say anything else. I didn't expect to talk about this so much, but Christina and Tom have been such a big part of me and my wife's life with Your Mom's House. It was our show. We enjoyed it, but I guess all that's done now. And just like the rest of you, we saw the transition happen here, especially this year. And along with Tom over the last few years, we talked about this, we called this, we were talking about this a year ago, me and my wife with Tom. We've seen this in our own personal lives with friends. It is a tale old as time. The guy gets the promotion, he gets in shape. Hey, he wants some new pie over here. What does he do? Bam, he leaves his family. We've seen this time and time again. So with that, it's obvious that both of these people are reading the room right now. Tom has went completely dark, and we don't even know details about what has happened yet, who did what, who, was this unanimous, was what happened, who fell in love with who did what to who harmed who. Right now, the room doesn't care because it's a situation of the majority of the fan base has shifted to Christina as the victim. And that is totally understandable. That is totally fine, because why is that? Well, people have read Tom's behavior over especially the last year. It has been very evident, obvious that something more is going on here, and it's very clear-cut imagery that, the fan base was onto this, a long time ago. So watching this play out right before us, it seems like a lot of us knew this was coming. We didn't want to believe it. Trust me, this brings me no joy to talk about this terrible situation that's unfolding in front of us. If these two didn't have kids, it'd be like, okay, well, it was fun relationship, fun show. But this changes everything for their family. They've got to, as a parent myself, I go, good God, how terrible. But, as a fan, and this is my only relationship to this situation, is this: I'm a fan. So, you're not going to have these two be in a room together doing Your Mom's House, at least right now. I couldn't imagine that. I'm expecting fully within a few months from now to see Tom show up somewhere with a big chest bimbo, just like the kind he always talks about in the podcast. Beautiful and dumb as a box of rocks. That seems to be what he's been into here lately. But this is going to be very interesting, cut down the middle of where these two land. I honestly think that obviously Tom will be fine. He's pushed into a new fan base. He's very much into the manosphere at this point, and that's totally fine. That's his basis, whatever. It's not really my thing, and I think that's a lot of us. But Christina is more of this, true soul, if you will. She is a peach. Let's be honest here. This is everyone's dream wife, okay? She's funny, she's talented, she's easygoing, it seems to be. It's not like I know her personally, but hey, this is the dream catch right here. So with that, I think Christina is going to blow up more. I think she's going to just unleash a fury of great content from here on out. And she deserves it. And I think she's going to get a bigger, stronger fan base with this. I don't think anyone's worrying right now that Christina is going to come out with some terrible story that she did something against Tom. And even if she did, I don't think people would really care. I think they would go, well, Tom deserves it because look at all the stuff he's done and he said. Now, not to be too mean to Tom, and probably there's a lot of people that want me to be mean to Tom, but picking on Tom here a little bit more, I think what we've seen here with Tom is that he's wanting to be more in Hollywood. He's wanting to be more in this, his unique place of having a show, being in movies, having a new stand-up special, it seems like every year. And honestly, I just, the last few were like, the last two were just like, okay, they're okay, but I mean, Bikes and, his older stuff was, that is the cream of the crop right there. But now that we're seeing this place of this mutation of what he has turned into with this broism, it's been a turnoff. It really is. It's like, I think everyone's had friends, like a friend group, and there's a guy, there's a girl, and maybe there's just like one person that you really like in that group, and you just put up with the other one. I think that's what a lot of us have been doing here. We're like, well, we really like Christina. She's fun. And, Tom's fun every now and then, but he's kind of a little bit of a poison here in the relationship for all of us. But him and Christina kind of balance each other out. That seems to be a lot of the flavor of what we've been dealing with here. But probably the safest bet for Tom at this point, when he does come out of hiding and starts to show his face more of what this looks like. I mean, because let's be honest, I mean, Christina, I feel like can get away with this a lot more doing podcasts, showing her face. I think we all know who has started the problem here. When Tom starts to go back out into the light here with podcasts, stand up, all this kind of stuff, and he's, somewhat kind of question about it. I mean, this is a huge ordeal. This is going to be a place of where I think he's probably going to push more into this new fan base of this manosphere, of this bro culture. And that's totally fine. I don't think a lot of people would be shocked about that or really care. I mean, I got to be honest, the last year, 2 years of, Two Bears, One Cave has been kind of boring. One of the big questions, though, is how are they going to do Your Mom's House? Is this going to be a place of where they each do an episode each week by themselves with a guest? I think that's definitely possible. It is very different, and it almost seems, kind of like no one's really going to want that. I mean, Christina already has her own podcast, and, Tom is on, two podcasts, especially Your Mom's House and Two Bears, One Cave. But really, I don't think I think more people would watch Christina, especially at this point. But I'll say this too, watching all of this unfold now, for 3-4 weeks we've seen this, I would say that their PR team should be fired because they have handled this so bad. What they should have could have done at this point is that they both should have came out together, separately or together, and made a video and said, hey, we're separating, we're getting a divorce. This has been something that we've both been talking about in private, and we just want to put this out there. We don't know what it's going to look like in the future. We don't know how we're going to handle this, but we need privacy and support, and we love each other as friends, whatever it be. But this place of where they've just they're trying to drain the rag out as much as they can, but the rag keeps getting soaked here. It's gonna get, I don't think it's gotten worse. I still think there's a lot to come here. I still think that there is a huge big bite of drama that we have not seen yet, because like I said, when Tom starts to show his face, it doesn't matter if it's 2 years from now. As soon as Tom comes out and starts talking here, just normal comedy stuff, people are going to, brutalize him in the comments and come after him and boycott a lot of his stuff. Now, will he be able to sell out clubs, sell out theaters, all that? Of course. He'll probably be playing arena shows next year because this is how people are. They just move on to the next thing. But right now, the initial Band-Aid ripoff has not happened yet, and that's what everyone's waiting for. They're waiting for the initial rip, and we just have not seen it yet. So with all that said, Christina, good luck. Tom, we know you'll be fine. But I really do feel like Christina will do very well from this. She will blow up. She will do really good. And it's going to be very interesting to see how the rest of this is played out throughout the year. So with all that, I don't know. Who cares? They'll be fine. Bye, everyone.